Hi friends, good morning, and I welcome you all to this new class where we will be studying about the methods of conservation. When we saw how important is our natural vegetation, the trees and other plants, and how important the wildlife also. So we need to protect the wildlife, we need to preserve them, otherwise after few centuries all these things may not be there and the future generation they will not know what is what and so on. They will have to read books and see the pictures and be satisfied. So in order not to happen such a tragedy, let us take care of our natural life, natural vegetation and wildlife, wild animals. So let us take care of it. Let us see what are the methods that can be used and so on. You can take your textbook, page number 19. So we see forests are our wealth. So many people are depending on the forest for their survival. So forest is our wealth. And plants give shelter to animals and together they maintain the ecosystem. So in the forest we know there are a lot of wild animals are there and these forest trees are giving them shelter. The birds are there, the animals, small animals who climb on the trees and find their shelter there. Some trees, animals sleep under the trees, some sleep in the caves and so on. So the forest is giving them shelter. Then changes of climate and human interferences can cause the loss of natural habitat for the animals and plants. So we said forest is very much important and the animals and the trees they live together, they support the ecosystem in order to continue to exist. But because of human interference, because of human activities, the trees are lost. For example, lot of trees are cut down and made agricultural land. Or where there is a mine or minerals are there, they dig mine and they cut down a lot of trees. So in that way, the trees are lost, the animals are losing their shelter place and so on. So it is because of human interference that such kind of dangerous things are taking place. And many species have become vulnerable or endangered. So because of lack of shelter, the animals cannot survive. They just die, perish. And so many type of animals they have become vulnerable. They are finding difficult to survive. They may become altogether they may disappear from the earth, and some are already considered as endangered. Very few animals are left on this earth, certain types, and so it is endangered, dangerous situation they are, and they are on the verge of extinction. Extinction means completely disappear. So very few are there, they also may die soon, and so that type of animal may not be found anymore afterwards on this earth. That is a dangerous situation. We need to preserve our ecosystem. We need to have all kinds of animals and trees on our earth. Then only that ecosystem will be maintained. So deforestation, soil erosion, constructional activities, forest fires, tsunami and landslide are some of the human and natural factors which accelerate the process of extinction of these resources. So why these resources are getting over, especially the wildlife, how are they getting over? What is the force behind? Who is responsible for destroying this wildlife, the precious natural resource? So the reason mostly it is human beings. It is because of human activities that is taking place the deforestation that is taking place. That is one of the responsible factor for destroying this natural vegetation and wildlife. Then apart from this forest deforestation, we can also say there is soil erosion taking place. That is also human beings are responsible because of our digging the land or cutting the land or cutting down the tree. The soil erosion is taking place. Then constructional activities, we are cutting the land so much for making roads, constructing bridges, roads, buildings and so on. So that way the soil becomes loose and all that soil is washed away. That is a dangerous thing again. Then there is forest fires. Sometimes there is wildfire and all the trees in the forest are burned. And the animals there also die because of the fire. So that is another natural thing that the fire is taking place, wildfire. Sometimes wildfire is taking place because of human activity. Some people may be putting fire there, or they may be cooking in near the jungle and leaving the fire there. The wind will blow and the dry leaves will catch fire and the entire forest will get burned. So all these things can be because of human beings. Otherwise there is no much chance of catching fire in the forest. Then there are tsunami. You know what is tsunami? The heavy waves come up and such a force, water comes with such a force, and even 100 feet high the water will go up. So many houses, buildings, trees, everything will be under the water and they get rotten, they get spoiled and so on. So tsunami is another cause for this degradation of this natural vegetation and wildlife. Then one of the major concerns is the poaching, which results in a sharp decline in the number of particular species. So another reason why the animals are becoming less, the wildlife is becoming less and less. What is the reason? It is poaching. Poaching means hunting. People are going for hunting the animals. They kill the animal maybe for meat, or maybe their skin may be very precious. They want to take out their skin, or they want to use their horn. Some animal horns are very precious, and their teeth, their nails, all these are precious. Their bones, all these they will get a lot of money if they go and sell. So it is not allowed to poach the animals and sell all these animal body parts. If they are caught, they will be sentenced and put in the jail. So, but quite many people are trying the risk. They want quietly go and do the hunting, kill the animals and sell it and make money. So that way people are not much worried about the environmental system or the ecosystem. They are looking for what profit they will have. So they are not looking for a long-term profit, but for a short-term profit. Suddenly they want to become rich, they want to get money. That is what they are looking for. And so people are looking for this animal to take their body parts and sell it and make money. So some of the animals that people are looking for, or there is a great demand, is tiger, lion, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopard, ostrich and peacock. So these are the animals that is in high demand in the market. So all these animals are protected species and no one is allowed to kill them. No one is allowed to go for hunting them. But some people quietly do it and try to make money. So illegal business they try to do. And these can be conserved by increasing awareness. So these people mostly they go for hunting because they are not aware about it, the need for preserving this species. So they just look for their personal benefit or their monetary benefit, and they in that process they destroy the land, they destroy the earth, they destroy the ecosystem and so on. So we need to find out these people, we need to instruct them nicely about the importance of preserving the ecosystem, the need for preserving these animals and the trees and so on. So maybe they are doing out of ignorance. So it is our duty, our responsibility to teach them about the importance and how to bring them back to the mainstream, to instead of destroying, they should have interest to work for the benefit of the country, of the nature and so on. We can see in your textbook paper cuttings are there. You see a lot of news is given there. It is all about wildlife and wildfire. So how in California the fire catches. So fire was there and so many people, the animals died, the forests were burnt and so on. So it is written 5 lakh flee because of California fires. So it is about the fire that took place or happened in California, and it is said that massive fire, that great fire was started by a small kid who was having a matchbox. So the child was not aware about it. So he may be playing, using them, burning the mastic and throwing here and there, and the fire took place. Such a great fire, vast fire took place and destroyed the forest, and it was because of a child. So if we are not careful, such things can happen, and we may be the cause behind that. If we are not careful, we may be doing it for fun, we may be playing, or we may be checking our courage, how courageous are we to go and catch the animal and so on. So we are thinking about all these personal benefits, but in that process we are reducing the ecosystem of its, depriving them of their natural gifts. So we should preserve them and try to increase. Instead of destroying, instead of reducing, we must increase the trees and the animals. So we should not destroy any of these things. And so we can see some activities are given there, what we need to learn more. So forest fire is a threat to entire region of fauna and flora. So once forest fire comes, we cannot control it. All the plants there and all the animals there will die. So it is a great risk, it's a great danger to humanity. And it occurs mainly due to 3 reasons. So what are the reasons for the starting of this wildfire? One is natural fire due to lightning. So sometimes this fire can take place when there is lightning from the sky. Due to lightning, some dry leaves or some electric wire, something can catch fire and it can spread to the forest. Then second reason is due to heat generated in the litter due to carelessness of people. So sometimes the people throw here and there, littering here and there, the waste, and the heat is generated there. So some paper may be there, and because of this heat, slowly that paper will catch fire. So we may be thinking it is a place throwing waste. So we go and throw all kinds of things there. But in that lot of heat is generated, and that heat is causing to catch fire. Maybe it may catch fire of a leaf or a paper, and slowly it will spread to other places. Then the third reason is purposely caused by the local inhabitants, mischief makers and miscreants and so on. So in the case of California fire, we said it was started by a child, by his ignorance. But sometimes people who are mischief, people who are very naughty, they purposely go and throw fire there. They want to see how the fire is burning, how the animals are running for life, how the trees are burnt and falling down. So for them it is a fun. For them it is because they are mischief makers. They want to create some trouble somewhere. They don't want to do anything good, but they want to create some trouble for others. So that is another reason. So one is because of the lightning, that we cannot do anything. Second one is because of the waste that we are throwing, and from there fire can start. Because of the heat, the paper may get burned. And third one is people purposely doing fire because they are mischief makers, because they are miscreants and so on. So those who are naughty, those who are not very having good character, they may be doing this kind of mischiefs. Then what can we do, or how can we control the fire? That's what we are going to see next. So prevention of fire through education. So one thing is that we can educate the people. We can make them understand. We can make them realize what is the importance of natural vegetation, wildlife and so on. So once the people get educated and they come to know about the importance of these things, they realize how useful they are, how important they are in the ecosystem, and they will not destroy it. And second thing that we can do is prompt detection of fire. So we must find out, identify the fire immediately through well coordinated network of observation points. So there should be many people kept at different points. They will be observing every now and then. So as soon as the fire starts, when it is in the beginning stage, it is very easy to put it off. So there should be people employed, officers should be there, guards should be there to observe every important point in the forest, whether there is any smoke or anything is coming up or not. Then efficient ground patrolling and communication network. There should be also people employed or appointed to make a round observation. They should roam around and see all the locations, whether there is any smoke is there or not, whether any fire is there or not. So if they find out in the beginning itself, then they will be able to control this fire, check this fire and put off the fire and save the nature, the trees as well as the animals. So that is the important thing that we need to do in order to protect and preserve our forests. So we shall wind up for today, and I hope you understood the value of forests and the need to do something in order to protect and preserve our natural resources, especially the natural vegetation and the animals. So you may be coming across people who are boasting that I have killed this many animals, I have killed big animals and so on. So we need to tell them that it is not a matter of boasting, but it is a matter of shame that you have deprived the earth of this many animals. So we should make them understand, give them education, give them the knowledge that is needed, so that what they are doing out of their ignorance may be stopped, and they also will join the mainstream to protect the environment, to boost the growth of the environment by planting more trees and so on. So only through education we can make the people aware about it, and we should make them realize that wildfire is a dangerous thing. Once it catches, it is very difficult to put it off, and many people, many animals will suffer because of that. We saw in the case of California, when the wildfire took place, 5 lakhs people were affected. They had to be shifted to other place. Their property, everything will be lost. So along the forest line, lot of houses, lot of farmland, everything is there. All their cultivation, everything might have got burnt and reduced to ash. And so those people, they will suffer economically. It may be done by some people for fun, or maybe out of their ignorance and so on. But the other rest of the people are suffering. They have lost their houses, they have become poorer, and the earth also has become poorer. A lot of trees are lost, a lot of animals are lost. So we should not allow such kind of things to take place during our time. So it is our duty, the responsibility of every citizen to preserve the nature, to protect the nature, and so on. So let us join hands with one another to take up this task of preserving the nature, preserving the wildlife, and make the earth a better place to live. So we will meet again in the next day and continue on the same topic to learn more about the wildlife and the natural vegetation, how to preserve them, and so on. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.